Welcome to another How to Flow video. We're going to be learning this song today. It's in the key of A. We go through a series of patterns, and then it's going to be major, minor chords. So I'm going to get into all of it today. But first, you know what? I'm going to finish the song. So here we have our E chord, and then our F sharp minor. And then you could go back to the D. That's the nice thing with flow videos. You can just keep going through any chord that you want to and then end back on the root chord. So this one's really calm, really peaceful, really fun to play, and it's such a great flow pattern for getting comfortable with the chords in the key of A. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and download the practice guide below. That's going to have all of the simple to complex practice methods outlined in this video, and you can see exactly what notes we have on the staff as well as what chords we're using. So in the key of A, our chords are A, and then wing right, we have E, and then wing left, we also have D, and then we have our relative minors. We're going to add just one of those. We're going to add the F sharp minor, which is A's relative minor. You'll notice the relative minor uses two of the notes that A uses, the A and the C sharp, and it just starts on F sharp. So first we're going to go ahead and play through our chord progression. My right hand's going to play the chord itself, and it's going to be in root position. My left hand is going to play the fifth. So here we have A, and again, awesome. Now we're going to move to D. We're going to play the D major chord with right hand and the fifth with left hand. Just leave out that center note of the chord. We play that 2 times, and then we go to the E chord. We play the E chord with right hand, the 2 notes with left hand. Now F sharp minor is where it gets a little tricky because your 2 notes, your outside notes, are your sharps. So you got F sharp and C sharp, and then left hand also has those sharps. This one, you'll have to scoot your hand further into the keys just to be able to comfortably play the sharps. You got to get a little comfortable playing up here versus back here. So be free to whoop, scoot around. Okay, so then after this, we're going to just keep repeating a few of the chords we've already played, which is the E or the D, and then we're going to come back to A. So there's our chord progression. Woohoo! All of these chords, the major chords, use a sharp in the center, the A and the D and the E. They all have a sharp in the center. The F sharp minor has sharps on the outside. So great way to memorize this. Now our number pattern, our finger number pattern, we're going to be playing finger 5, 1 from left hand, and then let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So left hand's just going to play 5, 1 and hold, and then 5, 1 and hold. And then we go to a new chord. Left hand's super easy. It's just starting off our melody with 5, 1 and so forth. All right. So right hand's going to carry that melody through. So after left hand plays 5, 1, right hand is going to hover over its first chord and just play 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. So everything but finger 4. We're just going up, and then we're ending on finger 2. And then again, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. And instead of playing 2, we're going to use that as an empty beat to move to our new chord. 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. This is where it's helpful to have the practice guide because you can just follow the numbers. Now when we get to E, we have to play 1, 2, 3, 5. We have to play the sharp on finger 2 because the D major chord had F sharp in that chord. So we have to play F as a sharp anytime we play it in this key. Otherwise it would sound like this. Whoa. Whoa. So then we add the sharp, and it instantly sounds like it's part of the flow of our piece. All right, now F sharp minor. Again, we have to play the G sharp here because we had G sharp in the E major chord. You'll hear if you play a wrong note, like if we don't play G sharp, it instantly sounds terrible. So that's the great thing with playing chords and learning to play by ear is if you're playing the right note or not. So after F sharp, then you can go back down to D, just do the same pattern over again. And then you can go back to E or D or A. When you want to end your piece, since we started on A, we're going to end on A. Now, the challenge that I would give with this one is play through the pattern 2 times per chord. That just gets your hands, your body used to playing in kind of this flow rhythm. So, a lot of things that are different with learning to play chords and learning how to improvise with chords, it's different playing chords than sheet music or classical music because in classical music, there's a lot of start and stops. You're playing and then you're stopping to get specific notes right. In chords, it's more important to just keep playing, even if you miss a note, and really be able to feel that pattern. This pattern itself is super nice because it also gets your hands used to finding all of those chords together. All right, now one last thing. How do you know which sharps and naturals to use? So sharp is a black key in this case, and a natural would be any of our white keys. So we just take our 3 major chords, which was A or E or D, and we see which sharps were included in any of those chords. In our A chord, the C sharp was included. Mark that. In the E chord, the G sharp was included. There's another one. And then in the D chord, the F sharp was included. Ooh, so we have 3 sharps that we're going to have to play as black keys. The C, the G, and the F must be played as sharps anytime we play in the key of A. Any other note is just going to be one of the white keys. So this is the cheat way to learn the A major scale. Instead of playing do 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 do, instead of playing that, you could just look at your chords and memorize which chords have sharps, and then just kind of keep a mental note like, oop, there's 3, C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and then you could just improvise any melody with your right hand. You could float all over the piano. And as you're playing, I'm playing F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, those 3 notes, the C, the F, the G, as sharps anytime I play those. You could add a left hand, just bass chord underneath. And then you could change your bass chord. And then change your bass chord again. And then change your bass chord again. My left hand was playing the 5th plus the octave of the A chord, the D chord, the E chord. And then, giving away a bunch of little tips here at the end. So one other thing, if you want to try that one's totally different practice technique. But if you want to try that, improvising a melody, then whatever note you start on in your right hand that is paired with that first bass chord has to be a note from that chord. So I'm starting on the A chord here. My right hand has to start on an A, a C sharp, or an E. So I'm going to choose C sharp. And I can just play. And then I'm going to go to a D chord. So now my right hand must choose a D, F sharp, or A. I think I'll do a D. Now I'm going to play E in left hand. So I'm going to play a note from the E chord. I think I'll do G sharp. And then I'm going to go back to A. And I think I'm going to do an A. And now to end my song, I'm going to play another A. You always want to start and end on the root, which would be your center chord if we're looking at it from the circle of fifths. Okay, sweet. So this practice technique included a couple different things. And you know what? I think I'm going to put both in the practice guide because they're both kind of cool. And that way you can just see how they both work and enjoy practicing from there.